My name is Takia Khan. I am a tiny man. Sharp suit, cheap grin, wave my hand. Say I love London, that's the plan. I smile wide, I shake your hand. Tell you lies you understand. Call it love and unity while I take your liberty. My name is Takia Khan. I am a tiny man, big on power, built on lies. Truth gets lost while I rise. My name is Takia Khan. I am a tiny man. Wave your flag, I'll take your speech. Freedom's gone before you reach. I say I stand with LGBT, just another mask for me. Dress control as kind and fair, while I strip your voices bare. Inclusion is my disguise. Look too close, you'll see the lies. Every word a careful con, step by step till power's won. My name is Takia Khan. I am a tiny man, big on power, built on lies. Truth gets lost while I rise. My name is Takia Khan. I am a tiny man. Smile bright while I expand something you won't understand. My name is Takia Khan. I am a tiny man. Quiet moves, a careful plan. Take it all while I still can.
Hi, how the devil are you? I'm gonna check with you that you can hear me. So you're gonna have to tell me because there's something weird going on where nothing's coming through speakers. I've done something. I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna wait. Can you hear me? 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you hear me? I think you can. Yes, great. Yay. Okay. So you will recall, and perhaps I'll share it with you now if you haven't seen it. There's been quite a lot of personal stuff going on. Some of which I can talk about, some of which I can't. But one of the things you probably saw on Twitter is this beautiful thing. So if you haven't seen it.
As far as you're concerned, whatever the context, whatever the wraparound, I said this one sentence. And after this conversation, one sentence that you know that he said.
Right. So basically, actually, you can listen to all of this and then I'm going to tell you what happened. And I can reflect on other things that have happened and how these two things are horrifically parallel.
2 students were upset, and then their staff seemed very emotional. And then from that, you have extrapolated that goes against gross misconduct, and you just read out a gross misconduct. So That one sentence.
Well, there's more in the gross misconduct, but I think what relates to what we're talking about.
Okay. So I would just, without you reading just tell me, with the wording there and with the sentence that he said, how does that constitute gross misconduct?
How
That one sentence, the two students.
the team came to that decision because of how the other students felt around what we think is appropriate and what's not appropriate. So as a college, so what our values are, hey, that was deemed as gross misconduct.
Okay. Relating to your own policy. How?
Because it falls under gross misconduct. That's
Keep going over it. I don't know. So is it because it's harassment? Is it because you have one?
What really struck me here, and I think it's worth talking about, is I hope it's obvious what I was after. I wanted that woman who is executive leader of that one college out of 4, right? So there's 4 parts of the college in different locations, and she's the head of one of them. And what she couldn't do, which is why I highlighted this particular bit of the conversation, is she couldn't say to me, she couldn't tell me what part of the policy meant that he had committed an act of gross misconduct, which I think we all know he didn't.
In your policy, yeah. I just want to be really, really clear, because you just penalised him with something quite distracting, where there's a breakdown of the relationship between the student and the member of staff, and really nice. Yeah, you failed at the duty of kind of care to foster good relationships with my son. So I'd just like to be really granular on using your policy. Without reading the whole thing, I want you to tell me how that one sentence, that one incident, relates to gross misconduct.
because of how the other students felt about the comments that were made, that she decided, John in this case, decided that was the
And that's in your gross misconduct.
with most.
Just so we
I know. I don't understand why it's that complicated in this case. If they think it's gross, if the team think it's gross misconduct, whether I do, because I don't know the full context of that, is something different. However, with the team saying that they feel it's gross misconduct based on the language that was used,
the language can constitute gross misconduct, even if it's not like attacking a person.
But someone might have felt attacked by it, might they? We don't know that. Someone might have done that.
We know we would know that.
Well, no, we know that they took it very negatively. So my role is to protect everyone involved here. So I'm not going down the road of how they really felt about the situation.
Some clever person said, "Where's the Welsh?" Can I just say, AI, I think it must be the LGBT. So AI read that one kind of mix of consonants and decided that the whole thing was in Welsh, which is, so what I had to do is I had to break it down into the smallest pieces possible and then put them all back together. It's very annoying.
Situation. But if I was telling you they felt negatively about it, they felt negatively about that comment.
Okay. And that's enough. Someone feeling negative is enough for gross misconduct.
In this case, yes.
Okay. It's not, is it?
But
Oh, I love it. Anyway, so that's the experience of my son at college, and then to show what the parallel is with me is, so she used the word upset a lot, and then in this we hear the word upset a lot.
I'm so angry I could cry. I don't care. Fucking hands on me. Also, so what if someone's upset? Well, I'm glad I said no woman has a penis. So I've asked a couple of women about single sex stuff, and they're very, very upset. She got surrounded by violent men. I just wonder if you've addressed what's happening with trans activism and women who want to speak.
This is our head of comms. I'll hand you over to the head of comms.
So yeah, I mean, it's nuts, isn't it? It's quite. Let me see if I can get that and still do that. Yes, I can. This was totally nuts. So, as you've probably seen all this, I haven't done a live for quite a long time. But basically some amazing women in Nottingham. They went and they wanted to go and do this stall at the International Women's Day event by Nottingham Police, and then I went up there and I just asked some questions. And what I've done, I don't know if you've seen it, but what I've done is I've done every single conversation that I had, I've put on in one long bit of footage, fast forwarding some bits so you can see that I'm not having a sneaky conversation that I haven't included. And I mean, these two are quite mental. I mean, she's on £71,000 pro rata. That's how much she's paid to not answer questions, right? Totally mad, totally mad. Haha. So Alexander Barron, you may have noticed, and this is what I wanted to tell you all. I've been monetized on YouTube. I am allowed to earn money. You are allowed to donate. You are allowed to send me a thank you. You're allowed to give me a gift. You'll notice just under the video. I hope I'm right. I'm just going to check on my phone. You'll notice under the video there are some items for sale. So if you buy videos of, yeah, 71,000 Ban United. Oh, hi, how are you? If you buy while the video is on and for the rest of the day, all of the scarves you can see underneath are half price on the website. And I'm very, very happy. I'm just going to make sure that there is this underneath. But yeah, got a little dollar sign. How great is that? Yeah, it's mad, and I'm elated because I haven't been able to earn money for a long time, and so yay. Oh, sorry, go away, Kelly J. There's some gold thing. I don't know what that is. More. I think you should be able to see like a shop and money. Woohoo! Thank you, Charles. Honestly, it's I can't tell you how needed it is, but I'm so pleased because some conversations that I've had, and I don't begrudge anybody else earning any money. Let me just say, look, this is the sort of economy we're in. Some people do good with their money. Some people just earn money. For some people, they create things to get money. Like there's quite a few scraping accounts on Twitter, and they've been given money. But I reapplied after appealing a lot about not being monetized. I just happened to reapply, and I just heard today, and I'm just so I feel like this is a turning point. I know this might not mean anything to any of you, and clearly I'm not doing it for the money, but the money does really help me continue to do everything that I do, like just to run my website with being able to take money. It's like £900. My next bill that comes out in a few weeks is £900. It's totally mad. So anyway, thanks so much. I'm very excited about being monetized, and I think what that says, because they can review, so any sort of strikes or anything like that, I'm assuming they've reviewed my account to see whether or not I'm a terrible person. So yeah, but anyway, there have been some conversations or some things that I have done that other people have had on their channel, and they've earned money from it, and I don't earn any money from it. So I'm so pleased. Anyway, I'm never going to get my Lamborghini. I think I might just get a Continental GT. They're a lot cheaper, and you can buy good second-hand ones. But I'm not holding my breath on YouTube being monetized. I might have to, I don't know, sell a kidney. But anyway, isn't that great? So go to my oh, Gnarly Cat, you're in the US. So I don't know if I'm allowed. So in mid-July, I'm going to be in Idaho. There's an event that I'm going to be at in Idaho. Just saying. So I'm doing that. I'm doing something else that I don't know if I can announce before they have announced. So I'm doing something else. I did the Free Speech Union. That was a fantastic night with Connie and Jan and everyone that came to see me speak. That was very, very nice. It was really lovely. And so we're also doing these. I probably should put myself on a big, and then we're also doing Let Women Sing on the last Sunday. So the way I feel about everything at the moment, Let Women Speak is really important. And what we managed to do with Let Women Speak, and we'll continue to do, which is what nobody else does, like we're pretty bloody brilliant, is we decide, oh, maybe that's what it is. Yes, that's what it is. I turned some master volume down. We managed to change the silence into conversation. What we've done globally at Let Women Speak is maybe we could raise that 900. Oh, hi Rebecca. Hi Rebecca, how are you? Is that Rebecca? I'm just saying that now. I'm now having a look. Yes, hi Rebecca. So we wanted to break the silence. We wanted to tell women, I've always wanted this. I want women to speak for themselves. I don't think I need to speak for anyone. I just hope, because I'm quite mouthy and because I speak, I'm just hoping that what you lovely people decide that you can do is also speak. A kind of like, she's not particularly special. I am. It's all right. We can pretend. She's not particularly special and she just says it so I can say it. Bonsoir, Rebecca. So lovely to see you. And so anyway, so I think we've done that. I think we have changed conversations. Sometimes my role in all of this is downplayed somewhat, but I think we've done really well at Let Women Speak. And now we are left with this incredible thing that women are more likely to speak about stuff and say the unsayable. And now we've got some crazy unsayable things like the caliphate. Like the imminent caliphate. I don't think it's any exaggeration to say that this is coming unless we stop it. Like, it's inevitable that it will come unless we stop it. And what I decided to do with Let Women Sing, the whole point behind Let Women Sing, is that I want us to be positive. I want to set the agenda. I don't want to respond to some man's agenda. Or some wokester's agenda. I want to set the agenda, and the agenda I want to set is kind of a revival, bear with me, of some sort of cultural Christianity, so that we are culturally Christian, that our values and our laws and our customs and our traditions, not all of them, there's some of them that way predate Christianity, and I think they're really important too, like the maypole dance, like traditional things like country dancing, like some of our heritage stuff, I feel that we are losing. And if we lose that, then we are like, what are we as a people if we are not enriched with customs and tradition and our heritage, right? So this is what I want to do with, and plus I want to just sing these hymns from school. So the hymns that we sang at school, the hymns that we all know. So we went into a speaker's corner after the Marble Arch thing. Hang on, let me just say it categorically, because sometimes I just assume that people are exactly where we are. So I've started on a Sunday, last Sunday of every month, at 1 o'clock, we are singing school hymns, like our heritage hymns, like our, as in 50-year-olds, heritage hymns at Marble Arch. Now, I'm doing this as an atheist, which may be offensive to some people, and I don't know that I care too much. But I believe that one of the things that made us cohesive in schools is that we sang songs together ritualistically, like 3 or 4 times a week, and you'd have your favorite hymns at school, and that sort of letting go, enjoying the music, being in the music in unison, we know that as human beings is really, really powerful. And what we did after we sang these things, I mean, it was chaotic. I'm not going to say it was brilliant. it was quite chaotic, and I've had to redo all of my things so that it goes in order, and we're going to be quite regimented, and I will put all the words to all of the songs in order on a page so that it will just go one after the other and we can all stay there, right? And then we went in to Speaker's Corner, and Urban Scoop, which is Tommy Robinson's channel, they came up, and I've been having an argument with some of the ethno-nationalists. I don't know if you've seen where I said that, you know, English is an ethnicity and British is something else. I think you can be civic British, national British, and they've been very, very upset with me. And yeah, I don't want to upset them because I think they're very injured people, and I also think they're right as well as I'm right. You know, two people can be right and also with opposing views, but you know, I'm very sympathetic to their point of view. I just don't agree with them. Okay. Anyway, and then brother Wendell, who does the channel, he was in there, and we started singing, "Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning. Give me oil in my lamp, I pray." Right? He knew the words and the chorus, the first verse and the chorus, just like everybody else. It's in our souls. It's ingrained it's in our memories. It's our living embodiment of it's our culture. And I think that could be a really, really positive movement. And I can see it now that people up and down the country start putting our voices and our traditions in a joyful, positive way back in the ether, right? I don't want to go down my high street and see quite intimidating, pretending to be friendly men handing out fucking Qurans. I don't want to see it. It's too much. It'd be all right if it was like one or two here and there, but it's not. And I think one of the reasons I want to do this, and I'm going to do this in not Marble Arch, Whitechapel at the end of June. That's another one of our events. And one of the reasons I want to do this is because you have Muslims on the street doing great big protest prayers. I don't believe for a moment that it is a genuine kind of conversation with God. I think it's something far more sinister. And you've got Christian, like little tiny men preaching from the gospel who are questioned by police. So for me, there's some guy touring cities doing these songs in venues across the UK. There are, but I want to I'm coming out in public because I want this country. I want us to reclaim our culture and our heritage and our public spaces. Now, I wouldn't think of doing this publicly if it wasn't totally necessary, but I feel it's necessary. So I want to bring this back. I think that it would be really good if we had cultural traditions kind of around Christianity, but you don't have to be a Christian. You just have to be a cultural Christian. And I think maybe we can have, like, there's loads of Jewish people that are kind of culturally Jewish. They're not religious. They're not religious at all, but they still do some of the traditions. You know, they still might not have all their lights on a Friday or whatever. And I want that for us. I want to continue this tradition because when you don't have solid focuses of tradition, you don't have tradition. You lose it. You lose it. And I don't want to lose it. I really value it. I think it's pretty great. So that's the reason. And I also think when you do something like this, and Christians have been totally demoralized and demeaned and disrespected in this country for a long, long time, quite grotesquely. I think that builds a bridge so that we can say to the people that are still Christian in this country that actually we quite value you. We think that we want churches to remain. We'd like churches to be full, and we for far too long have taken it for granted that you're going to continue Christianity, and we'll just profit and benefit from it. So that's that's what I'm trying to achieve. Whether I do or not is another issue, but I'm not very good at not winning. So that's my next move. I hope you'll come along with it. Someone says, am I saying Trowbridge is? Oh, here we go. You are a bit of a dick, Claire, but let's just put you on for everybody to read. So this is Claire, otherwise known as a bit of a dick. Are you saying that Trowbridge, that's where I live, is full of men handing out Qurans? No, Claire, I'm not. I'm not saying that at all. That is not true. It's totally not true. You are totally right. Well done. Fantastic. Good for you. So, what else is she saying? You are a white middle-class woman. I very much am. Living in a predominantly white affluent area. I don't think you've been to Trowbridge, actually. I am trying to get clicks and sales, though. So thank you. And I have no shame. But do I live in a predominantly affluent white area? It probably is white, and it definitely is not affluent. 100% is not affluent. I would imagine the average wage around here is probably level with the average wage across the United Kingdom, maybe a bit lower. It was certainly higher in places in Bristol where I did leave. No, leave her in. Claire is welcome to stay. She might learn something. I feel she is asking to be taught. So I don't know, but I have a feeling she wanted some engagement and to be educated. So welcome, Claire. But thanks, Rebecca. Oh, yeah, I did live in quite an affluent area in Bristol, I'm not going to lie. And, you know, I was raised working class and now I am middle class, but I have a very large television. So I flip between the two, wherever it's more beneficial. Radical Cartoons is doing a suffragette grave locating tomorrow in Bristol, 11 a.m. If anyone wants to join her, she's absolutely brilliant. Radical Cartoons is a busy, busy woman with a very nice flat, just saying. So let's get back to what we were looking at before. Oh, not you. Here.
What's your position? You're a deputy police commissioner, but you can't answer the question. Brilliant. The PCC then, do they recognise women as adult human females?
Oh, yes.
You're a communications person. Is that your job?
Yes.
Are you incapable of stringing a sentence together?
No.
Amazing. This is the police force that allow trans.
I feel like I'm going a bit off piece. So anyway, so they talked about that the significance of this is the police talked about people being upset, and and my son's college talked about people being upset. So my son claims, and this is his recollection, I wasn't there, that what he said in college, what he said was, actually I better do thank yous, shouldn't I? One moment. So I want to say thank you to Charles. Thank you to thanks, Iris. Thank you to XLib. Thank you to SJ. Gnarly Cat, thank you so much. Remember Idaho, middle of July. Funk God, thank you so much. PL, thank you. PMCK, thank you so much. Helena, thank you. Or Helen, sorry. Kimmer, thank you very much. Maxi, Tess of the Turfervilles, thank you very much. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so nice to see these things again. Al Baron, thank you. So yay. Yeah, and just remember all the scarves that you can see and the flags, 50% off. If you can click through it underneath the YouTube and you can go straight to the shop and get yourself a little something nice. If you're coming to Speaker's Corner at the end of this month, end of this month, 24th, I think it is. Is it 24th of April? Let me just tell you. I think it's 24th. So let me tell you the events coming up as well, actually, while I'm here. So we've got Let Women Speak Ipswich on the 25th. Do come. The Ipswich women are brilliant. That lot all the way over there are really hardworking toughs. And then we have the 26th is Speaker's Corner. And then we have Bournemouth on the 23rd of May. I'm going to go down for a couple of days, I think. And then we have 24th of May is Come and Praise again. So Ipswich on the 23rd of April, then it's regular. And I'm going to be bringing some things for you to buy because I have a stock room full of stuff and I can barely move. So yeah. So yeah, so my son claims that he was in a conversation, and I won't go in too much because it's not my place to talk about what other kids are saying. But Catherine, you have to have a look on the website, and if you sign up for a ticket, which is free, we can let you know nearer the time when it is. Oh, Chloe Mathau, who I'm assuming is either a fucking idiot or a Dave or both. She's saying, I don't give a shit about women. No, I don't. No, I don't. Not at all. I've never done anything for women. I don't care about them at all. So great. Thank you, See Scotland. So he just said something along the lines of a lot of people in the LGBT community, or some people in the LGBT community, have had mental health conditions or mental health illness or mental health issues, something along those lines. But what we established in that meeting, and you've heard the meeting, so you can doubt me if you like, but I would have to be pretty skilled to, I have to be technically quite skilled to make up a conversation. But you heard in the thing that it was just one sentence, and it doesn't matter what was said before that sentence or after that sentence. It just matters that that sentence was said and someone was upset by it. And on that basis, that was enough for my son to get a formal written warning in the gross misconduct. Now, I don't think he was. So let me just say some things. I don't think he was set up. I think we are now living in a time where maybe if you're socially awkward, or maybe if you're not particularly confident, you've got a guaranteed topic or few topics of conversation where you are not going to meet any disagreement. So if I was quite shy or awkward and I wanted to talk about stuff at school or college with my peers, one of the things I could talk about is climate change and how terrible it is and how I'm terrified, blah, blah, blah. Right? Or I might be able to talk about how pro-Palestine I am. That might be a really good thing that I can talk about because no one's allowed to disagree with you. Or and how it's a genocide. So there's a few things that you can talk about, and LGBT and how trans people are so brave. So, and I use trans people as if I'm an idiot who would talk about that. So there are a few things that you can do that are quite low risk conversations. And I think that's what happened. That's what happened in this conversation. Now, kids can be upset by stuff. And these kids have gone through the last 10 years at least of school where they're having things like restorative justice, where no one's allowed to disagree, where their every whim and their consistent emotional state is catered for, but not their long-term resilience or values or like being able to cope with the world. So we can't blame the kids at this moment. You can't. We can blame ourselves for letting this happen, but we just can't blame. We can't blame them. Let me put these on. Thank you, Ain. You in Canada. Thank you so very much. Thanks so very much. So I just think that these kids are, I mean, in the grand scheme of life, who's going to be better off? The kids that do speak up and pay some pretty horrendous consequences, or the kids that have learned to be silent and to run to authority every time someone says something that they don't like. I mean, they're not equipped for life. So anyway, so I think the teacher, this is what I think. I think in this instance, the teacher was upset by what was said because he used the word staff in the letter. In the formal warning, it says that they had discussed how words can upset or make some students feel and staff. So that's what I think is, that's what I think has happened. And then the teacher has asked the children to kind of, oh my God, what was said? This devastating, like terrible thing, what was said? And I think that's what led to this. So I blame the college. I blame the college for reaffirming for those children that they can complain to authority when someone says something they don't like. And that's why what I have asked for in my letter to college is I've asked for a removal of that written warning, all trace of it completely, a written apology to my son. I've asked for the college to reflect and re-examine its policies. So some of the things that came up in all of this is that they don't know that it's sex and not gender in the Equality Act. And when I said sex, she said sexual orientation. I had to remind her that I didn't mean sexuality, I meant biological sex. So that's something. Another thing that was very scary in their in the letter was that one of the things my son had signed to attend the college as part of a behaviour policy was to value diversity. So in the behaviour policy is a section to say that he will commit to valuing diversity. So that's absolute madness. That's absolute madness. You can't say to someone that they have to value something. That's ridiculous. So that's something that I brought up anyway. So I want a written apology, and then I want them to rewrite their behaviour policy and commit to freedom of speech and freedom of expression and academic freedom. And then I've said I want that communicated to all students, so all students are fully aware that that is what they're committed to. And then the final thing I've asked for is a full written explanation as to how they arrived at the decision in the first place that it was gross misconduct. So I think, yeah, and I do say actually, Rebecca, and I've put this, I think I've put it on YouTube, the whole conversation, it is quite difficult to hear, I think. But the other thing I did raise is that actually, if you looked at what they'd punished my son for, if you looked at what he was punished for, and bullying, harassment, like for one sentence, and somebody being upset, well, actually, what that teacher did by giving my son a formal written warning would qualify for gross misconduct. And I did say that there was a box ticking diversity, but no diversity of thought. Anyway, so that's me. I'm going to leave you with the Caliphate. We've raised enough money to get a couple of screens in London. It might just be that we end up having a static one at Marble Arch, which I think would be rather lovely. But I'm looking into how to actually get that to happen. And thank you, PL, for your pear character. Very cute. Okay, it's been really lovely to see you. Look, if you can say the unsayable, because it has to be said, and we've got to do it or nobody will, then I promise we will win. If you can quickly go to the shop and get yourself a little something nice before midnight when the sale prices go back up again, then I promise we will win. And do you know what else we're going to win? Moderator, when's the link for the 50% fab hoodie? Right, let me just, I will just do the final sentence. If you go to the website, there is a massive sale of 50% off of all of these items, right? So click on the first page, scroll down a bit. There's a bit that says spring sale. All of the things there are 50% off. And what you can do, like if there's a small hoodie, for example, you click on the hoodie and you choose from the decals at the top, and you have to write it in the personalization, and you can get that hoodie for half price. And the reason is I've got loads of things that I've over ordered or mistakenly ordered and not sent back. So I've got like a few blank hoodies like this that I need to get rid of because it's just too much stuff. There's loads of t-shirts. We'll be putting more on as time goes on, but you could do something like you could choose this hoodie, and then you might want gold woman diamantes on it, and you can have it. So go to my website. Once they're gone, because they're only in stock items. And as Rebecca says, thank you everybody who donated tonight. Thank you, Rebecca. Lovely to see you. Thank you, Band United. Thank you, all you lovely regulars. Look, like I said, you say the unsayable. I promise we will win. You come and join this movement to bring back our culture and make sure that people understand what our culture is. And our culture basically is this pinnacle of fairness and joining in together. Anyway, if you can do that, I promise we will win. And do you know why else we're going to win? Well, because I never lose.
They say convert, pay up or die, and they look you in the eye, knowing you believe the lie, that inclusion was everybody's friend, when the truth now we all know, that was the beginning of the end. You didn't fight back, you failed to resist, and now the country is under their fist. No sun, no fun, no sky. All the music now must die. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate? Have one wife, 3 or 4, when they're knocking on your door, asking if you're reciting the Quran, telling you you're gay and stoning you today. No matter if you're a woman or a man, you didn't say no, you failed, so it seems. And now you are under the Islamic regime. No laugh, no dance, no art. Kill animals through their heart. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate? They steal your daughter for their wife and imprison her for life, saying she's old enough at 9. They will exterminate your dog, a scorpion to your frog. Don't complain, just keep saying you are fine. It's far too late, you're way out of time. About 10 years ago, that was the line. No Christian or infidel, the whole place feels like hell. No more thinking thoughts. Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate? Hey, from the cities to the town, all the people wear a frown as they hear the horrendous call to prayer. Getting elected into power every minute, every hour. By next week, a Muslim will be your mayor. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now